All right, it's recording. Okay, so if people join, then they can just join and catch it. But I think a lot of people will be needing to catch the recording. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you, Lucy, for taking the time. I'm just going to go over quickly some announcements. In my last company, we used to call this the win list, what's important now. So I'm just going to hit some bullet points of the corporate call that Josh did. So his first announcements were, he kind of went over what we did in 2018, which was an absolute record-breaking year. Tipped over 700,000 orders out of the Vegas facility, which was crazy. Did over 100 million in revenue, which was 1,100% growth, 1,100% growth in 1 year. And of course, that was all due to the HempWorks products. Posted over 50 tags to our website. You guys, that's huge because, you know, even though a lot of companies are coming on the bandwagon with CBD products, they are not putting their third-party testing and certificate of analysis up for people, the general public, to see, so that we actually know what is in their product. And we do. We're so transparent, such a transparent company, which is huge, and that's another selling factor for us, I think. You know, so anyone who is touting their CBD products, be it from a dispensary or whatnot, you know, you can ask for their third-party testing and see if they can if they'll give it to you. And then, of course, the 2018 Farm Bill passed, which took the hemp-derived CBD off the Schedule 1. I'm looking at notifications and I shouldn't. Took the hemp-derived CBD off the Schedule 1, so it's not listed as a Schedule 1 drug. So that is making this CBD product boom even more, because so many more companies are, you know, launching, jumping on the bandwagon. Sue, you just joined. Can you mute yourself? Can you see on there to mute yourself? I'm hearing a TV and I can't. Anyway, let's see what else. For the future planning, massive growth. Josh and Jenna's goal is to be a $1 billion company, which the way they're going, of course, they're going to reach that. And so we are at the right place at the right time. Josh is gearing up on international expansion. His countries that he's looking to go into is Mexico and Latin America. And Mexico is huge for, the last company I was in, everyone wanted to go into Mexico and we never did. And so maybe that's just because I'm in California. So there's lots of people who had contacts in Mexico here. Sorry, I'm getting blinded by that light. And then, of course, Canada. I think he's always going to be working on Canada, and we want to get in there the right way, because there's issues with Canada. And even though we were in there before, we want to make sure we're doing it the correct way when we go back in there. Another huge thing, which is awesome, is they're going to be going around to every state and doing events. So it's like the HempWorks tour or My Daily Choice tour, which is going to be so much fun. It's just an awesome way for you to grow your team. If you know anyone in the different states, you can have them go to the opportunity meetings, and of course corporate will be there and leaders will be there. The first 5 states that they're heading to are California, Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Tennessee. So if you are in a state where you want them to come and you can pack a room, just email them at events@mydailychoice.com and tell them what state you are in and that you are excited, and you can help them fill a room. Let's see what else. Okay. Setting proper expectations. So when people order, let them know shipping. Once the order is placed, it takes about 24 to 48 hours to process, prep, and pack it. And then if you're in the U.S., allow 5 to 7 business days for the product to be delivered. International orders still have the same 24 to 48 hours processing, prep time, and packing, but then it's 14 business days for shipping. Another issue are credit card declines and ordering issues. So we have a very tight fraud system, and they use a bunch of different merchants. So make sure that all billing is correct before you hit submit. And everyone on my team should be in Judy's group, Judy Stallings group, Heart and Soul 2.0. And if you search in her group, there'll be a thread talking about any kind of issues. So if you're having some issue and you don't know what it is or why, go to her group in the search function, put it in like Blue Snap or whatever, and there'll be someone who's had that same sort of issue, and you'll be able to find what the answers are and what's causing it. So use Judy's group. I mean, there is so much information in there, and because it's such a large community, someone has had the issue that you're having and they've posted about it, and there's threads on it. So use that group to answer all your questions. And then, of course, the funnel system has been launched. Yay! So everyone has been so anxious for that, and now it is up and running. So everyone has their own link, hempworksamples.com/your username. They're promoting it as free samples, and it's $11.95 shipping and handling. So Josh suggested just to post who wants CBD samples, ? And then when people message, or comment, yes, I want it, then just send them the message with the link and say, well, this is where you get the free sample. So that's what I've done, and people just go on there, order them, and then that puts them into the funnel, and then they're in the drip campaigns. You will be paid jump starts on the sample packs. They're 3 BV. So if you are, let's say, at executive rank, you make 50% of that, so $1.50. And then if they order within that next calendar month, then in the same calendar month, you'll make another jump start. But then also think about promoting these sample packs, because every time you get 4 people who are buying the sample pack, you make a global bonus pool. So, I mean, that's going to make, so many more people qualified for the global bonus pools. And last month they were worth $28. So, just use that, and just another way to use our comp plan and make more money. So that is all the announcements kind of that I wanted to go over. Samples will take longer on the shipping too. So they may take longer than the 5 to 7 days. They have another company that are handling those orders. So Josh did say that samples could take longer. So just let people know that. Okay, now without any further ado, I'm going to unmute Casey. Are you unmuted? Yeah. Okay. So I met Casey. Tom and I met Casey at the very first convention that My Daily Choice did, so the 2017. We were seated at the same dinner table as him, and he was a riot. He kept us laughing. So then we've just been good friends since, and Casey's a good buddy with Josh, and so I wanted him to come on and kind of tell his story. And he has a different way of approaching the business. He leads with the business as opposed to the products as customers. So last week, Shannon was the guest speaker, and she leads with the products to get customers and then convert customers to affiliates. And Casey does it a different way. So I thought it would be great to have him come and share his expertise with everyone. All right, Casey, you're on. Take it away.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yeah. And then if anyone has any questions for Casey, put them in the chat, and then we can ask him too once he's talking and stuff, if you think of a question. All right.
Well, how's everybody doing this evening? I like talking on the phone. I'm not very good at this computer and doing groups.
Just pretend you're chatting with me on the phone.
You what?
I said, just pretend you're chatting with me.
Yeah. No, so, I feel pretty lucky to have met you guys down there at that convention. You guys, definitely made it a lot funner. Had a good time. But I've been watching you guys ever since then, and I've been impressed with a lot of the things that you're doing. You guys do a very good job at involving your team all the time, edifying your team as you're bringing them on, and other people in your group. And you guys stay very focused. You kind of got your blinders on. And, I believe anybody that's working with you guys is extremely lucky to be doing so. I've met a lot of people in this industry, and there's a handful of people that I continue watching and kind of like working with and visiting with, and you guys are definitely one of them. So I appreciate you guys' friendship as much as anything. So. A little bit about myself. I'm 38 years old now, father of 4 beautiful but some days ornery kids. I've been first got involved in network marketing when I was 18 years old. I grew up farming, ranching, doing a little bit of trucking, but I really I was impressed with the first meetings and opportunity meetings I went to with network marketing. I kind of got the big picture, but it was back in the day where there wasn't much internet, there wasn't much, online marketing at all. And so everything I did when I first started was all sitting down at dinner tables and belly to belly network marketing. And I've definitely learned a lot over the years. I got involved with a company in 2008, which happened to have been the same company that Josh was working in. We kind of got to working together, me and another friend of mine. He's the one that actually introduced me to Josh. And we ended up getting to travel all over the world, working our businesses. Josh was definitely into the online marketing, building websites, doing a lot of that stuff. The guy that I kind of run around with, we were still doing table, or table network marketing, where we just sit down, do house meetings, do hotel meetings, and do venues to kind of get all of our people together. With that, I've kind of learned that for my success has always been a lot more talking about the industry, getting people involved and believing and kind of changing their mindset and doing things that are duplicatable, things that, educating people about the industry itself, not so much product driven or dependent on what product your company has. When we were in that company, several things changed. The company changed their compensation plan. The company changed. They added another product line that was completely different from what we were dealing with. And whenever that was happening, there was a lot of people that went from, $10,000 and $20,000 paychecks down to $700-800 a month. And so that's when Josh decided to, I've just got to go do my own thing. They started looking at, Josh and this friend of mine, they spent a lot of time looking at other companies and trying to get involved with other companies. But they just never really liked what they had to offer. A lot of it had to do with the compensation plan and how they would build their business. So, that's kind of when Josh decided to say, the heck with it, I'm just going to go do my own thing and start my own company. So I've been lucky enough to be in since day one. This friend of mine was, I believe he's the first person that signed up in MDC, and I was within the first 4 or 5 after the fact. And we had a lot of growing pains when we first started. And we started with our spray line, and our sprays are good, and they do, but they're not as marketable as our CBD oil is. And so when we first got started with My Daily Choice, everybody was out there talking about our company, our compensation plan, and kind of where we were headed. We really didn't focus too much on our product line. And we did very well just talking about our compensation plan and getting people motivated to look at how much different our compensation plan was with most whenever it come down to how much money it paid. I've talked to big leaders that are in other companies when we first got started, and we'd start showing them our compensation plan, and they'd all be like, it's impossible for him to pay that much money. He's going to go bankrupt in a few years. He won't be around. If you guys are still around in 5 years, look us back up. So in another year, we have a whole list of people that we're going to go back and talk to. But the biggest reason why I tend to stick with talking to people about network marketing or the business model more than I do our product line is because, well, for instance, if we just talk to people about our product and our CBD oil, well, like you said earlier, there's a lot of companies that are coming out with other CBD oil related products. Well, they might be cheaper, and they're not going to be as well made, as manufactured as ours are. But if we're just selling products, that's not going to keep our customers from going somewhere else and looking at other products or looking at different things. It's just going to happen. You have to compete with Amazon and the local stores that are going to have CBD oil products around, and you're going to lose customers just because we might have brought them into the product line and being involved with our product, but that's not necessarily going to keep them our customers. So when I start talking to people about the industry and how it has changed my life and how it has changed other people's lives, you tend to I don't know how to explain it too well, other than if you get their mindset wrapped around the business model and being able to generate a little bit of income or a lot of income, then essentially that affiliate, if you get them and they get them involved in this company, then they're still a customer. They're still driving volume through their own business, and that's what we want. So if they understand and believe in the company, they're going to stick around and stay with the company buying the product or our different product lines for many years to come. I have seen that over the years that our industry is what really keeps people into a product line or into the industry.
Did we just lose him? What did he just do? In mid-sentence, Casey, you're going to have to log back in. Let me message him on Facebook. Does anyone have any questions for him or anything right now? Hopefully he logs back in. He's typing right now. So hopefully he just joins back in. His laptop just died. Plug it in. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. Do you have a question for him, Tom? Okay. All right. Sure. I know. You want me to unmute you so you can talk? Well, hopefully he's coming back in. Okay, Tom, you're unmuted. So what do you think about what he's saying so far, Tom? Michelle, can you hear Tom talking? Oh, hold on, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, Michelle?
Yes?
Okay, did you hear Tom at all?
No, I did not.
Oh. Oh, Tom, you have to put your microphone on. Shoot. So did that make sense to you, Michelle? I don't know what happened to Casey if he's coming back on.
Yes.
It's just a total different.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I understand Josh to say that after somebody buys a sample pack for an additional $20, they can become an affiliate without having to buy a full bottle?
They can, but then they would be lower than the
Right.
filter
Right.
level.
But
It would be the active level. Yeah.
I thought that I heard him say that last night. Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, because then they're a customer. So it'd be just like if
Yes.
they came in buying one pet oil.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood that right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Because that's a pretty good, low investment to become an affiliate and then start making money.
Right.
That's pretty
So
good.
They would make 25% on jump starts.
Right. Right.
At that level. Right. Okay. Well,
I can hear something in the background, but I don't hear Tom's voice loud.
Yeah, he's downstairs, so you're probably, because I can hear him, so it's probably coming up through my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so Casey's trying to log in right now. And he says he's so sorry. So. Yeah, so the way Casey's doing it is, you just look for people who, want to make extra money, be it like $500 a month, $300. I think if someone could make an extra $300 a month, that would have saved so many. I can't remember the percentages, but it saved like such and such percentage of people going through bankruptcy. It was as little as $300 a month.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of times when people are hearing like the big amounts, like the $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, that's not doable to them. They don't grasp that amount, but
it's overwhelming.
Yeah, they grasp 300 a month or 500 a month. Okay, welcome back, Casey.
I'm so sorry.
That's a goofball.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. So do you know where you were?
No. so anyhow, back to where one of the things that that's probably gotten me the furthest over the last 4 or 5 years in my network marketing journey, as you would call it, is that we would kind of started trying to so if we were doing cold market and we'd do a cold call and call somebody to find out if they were interested in network marketing. So for instance, like when we're using our leads that we have in our back office, so with those leads, they're designed to go out there and find people that are looking for a way to make money from home. So how I use those leads is whenever I pick up the phone and I call those people, well, I don't go right into my business. I don't really go right into my product line. I probably talk about 2 minutes about what product we have with them. But the first thing I start doing is just working on building a relationship with them, find out who they are, what they're looking for, why are they looking for a way to make money from home. And while I kind of ask those questions, I'm trying to kind of pick their brain to if it's because they want to be a stay-at-home mom and stay with their kids, or is it because if they hate their job in town, or if they just don't have enough money to pay their bills. So it depends on how those conversations are going. If I just go straight into my product line and I tell them about my product and how well it helps them and what all it does, I believe that those people start turning into like, man, I'm not a salesman. I can't sell things. I don't know anything about CBD oil. So I can't do this business because I don't know anything about it and I can't sell it. Is a lot of the response that I get from people after visiting with them. But if it's, for instance, if it's a stay-at-home mom or somebody that wants to stay home with her kids, I just start talking to them. It's like, well, how much money do you need to make to be able to stay home? And for instance, they say, well, right now I make $2,000 a month at my job, but we just it doesn't stretch very far because by the time they pay for gas to get to work, daycare, all those things. So if by the time they're done, she's only making an extra $200 or $300 a month after paying all of her bills with her going and getting a job. So then I'll just start talking to her about, well, so realistically, if we can get you to making $300 to $400 a month from home, and so you can stay home with your kids, that's the same as you going to town and making $2,000 a month. So when you start, instead of me talking about big numbers and making big money, I set the expectations reasonable for them to be able to see that they can do that. So with that, then I'll start talking to them about, well, this is how we do it. These are the steps that we start taking. There's also other people on my team that I work with or that I'll get you in touch with. So then they start understanding that they're not doing it alone. They're not doing it by them, or even just me, because there's going to be times that they might need help that I maybe can't help that, you know what I mean? So I let her know that there's a team of people involved that can be able to help her be successful in making $300 to $400 a month part-time from home so she can stay home with her kids and eliminate all those other bills. So, going that route with them tends to, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. And to me, that gets them further than if I was just to start talking to them about a product line, because most people go into salesman mode. Well, I don't want, they're like, I'm not a salesman. I can't sell anything. I don't know anybody that would want it, things like that. Because usually, and most of the time, if somebody is in a certain scenario, like a mother that's wanting to stay home with her kids, her circle of friends are, majority of them are the same way. So it's going to be easier for her to talk to them about, hey, I've started doing this business and I'm doing it so I can stay home with my kids, and here's a product that we use, is way easier for her to talk to her friends about than, hey, would you like to buy this product from me? And so it's just changing their mindset, because how I approach the business to them is the first thought process they're going to go through on how they're going to approach the business to their people, to their friends or their network of people. And if their first thought process is, I don't want to be a salesman, or I can't be a salesman, they're going to think that's how they have to present it to their people. And so to me, that just looking at the business that way and presenting it to people that way, it might happen. It's probably a little bit slower far as getting people, like I'm pretty low pressure, low key. I just kind of keep informing people. And if they turn around and like what I'm doing, then they'll come back around to, look more into it or spend more time doing it. But and that's how I used to be. I used to spend more time trying to sell the product that I was involved with. And whenever I kind of changed my direction, then I started becoming a lot more successful. The other thing that was pretty tough for me to learn not to do was I really had to learn not to care if they bought the product from me or if they became an affiliate in the company that I was working with. And once I kind of changed that thought process, that started helping me a lot more, because I think people started believing in that I was there to help them, and I was just there to inform them and help them, rather than trying to make the sale or trying to make money off of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So is that how are you using the leads in the back office as the majority way of you finding new contacts?
So ranching and farming and different things kind of keeps me occupied enough to where I wouldn't say that I do this full time, but whenever I do, or whenever I do get a new affiliate involved, I try to help them work through leads and work through and getting comfortable working with people that they don't know, and start helping them get a little success behind them before I actually try teaching them to go talk to their friends and family. And so, which there's a process in learning how to, talk to people on the phone, cold market calls, to get to where you're successful at it. Right now, since the first of the year, I've started working with a few people, and that's what we're doing. We're picking up the phone, making cold calls off of our lead sources out of our back office. There are a couple reasons for that. To me, they do cost money, and we are paying for them. But for me, and I believe most of my team, I believe they're worth it in the aspect of if somebody's new and they only have a couple hours a day, well, I'll try and talk them into if you say you have an extra $100 a month to spend in your business, well, to me, it's easier to buy $100 worth of leads and start helping them work through those leads than it is for me to try and teach them how to market on Facebook or social media. Because the thing with the leads in your back office, they are the information that you get, the names, phone numbers, email addresses. There's already been another company that you're paying that has advertised out there, and they are finding you people that want to make money from home. So they've already done a huge sorting process for us. Okay. Not necessarily everybody we talk to. I mean, there's sometimes that put down a fake phone number or the email isn't good. I mean, that happens. But majority of the time, things go very well whenever because I teach my people to call them as soon as they get that lead coming in. So as soon as it hits my email that they pre-enrolled in my back office, I give them about 5 to 10 minutes, and I will pick up the phone and call them. And it's fresh in their mind. They know what I'm talking about because they went to my website and gave me their information for me to contact them.
So is that how I
Go ahead.
look into those. So the leads, when you buy the leads, how do you get them to take the tour? Or do
Okay.
they
No, so there's different ones. There's the ones from, I think it's called Traffic Authority. Okay. Those are all based off of emails. So the company that we were paying the leads from send out mass emails to hundreds of thousands of people all the time. And they're all based off of making money from home, work, network marketing, home-based business type of emails that people get. So when they get them, they click on a link in that email, which in turn sends them into a huge rotator because there's people from different companies that are also purchasing leads from the same business. Okay. So what happens is they click on a link, and I choose which one of my websites I want them to use. So I give them my link, they put it in their rotator. When somebody clicks on it and they go to my capture page, okay, so I think we were looking yesterday, we bought some leads and like 30 people had clicked on our link, and I've had, I believe it was 4 pre-enrollees. So there was 4 people that filled out their information. Okay. And so that's when they went. So the first time they got sorted, they went to, they checked out an email looking at a home-based business. The second thing they looked at was my capture page. They filled out their information, and then they went through the free tour. I gave them about 5 minutes. I'd pick up the phone and call them. And it makes your conversation a lot more successful out the gate because I'm talking to somebody that gave me their information because they want to make money, which is way easier. If I only have 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day to work my business, it's way easier to spend that time talking to people that are wanting to make money from home than it is to spend my 30 minutes trying to go find people that want to make money from home, then try to get them to go to my website, then, you know what I mean, and get that information from them so you can talk to them on the phone.
I'm glad you did. I had no clue how those leads in the back office. So when you're talking to them and you're leading with the business, how much of the comp plan do you explain to them?
So the first time when I first talked to them, my first phone call with them, 0. I don't talk to them about our comp plan, and I don't talk to them about because my goal is when I talk to them is my end goal is to set up another time to talk to them. So, and another thing is for them, it's surprising how many people leave their information and they're surprised somebody calls them on the phone. Mm-hmm. That they're surprised that there's actually somebody on the other side of the phone. So my first phone conversation with them is basically just starting to build a relationship with them, letting them know that I'm here to help them. I spend 0 time trying to sign them up and trying to, look at understand, because most people that are doing it, they don't understand that they haven't been in network marketing before. So you start talking compensation plan to them, they just get confused and they're lost. Okay. All of that stuff is in videos in the back office. So if I do anything, I'll give them information about network marketing or our company, so they can start kind of doing some of that stuff on their own. And then I'll set up a time, so for instance, if I've kind of let them know who I am. I've kind of learned some about who they are and what they're looking for. Well, depending on what they're kind of looking for, depends on what information I give them to go look at. When I give them information to go look at, I make sure I let them set a time for me to call them back. I don't try and say, hey, does Tuesday work? I just say, hey, when's a good time? When will you have to look at the information I gave you? And then when is a good time for me to call you back? And I let them set the time. Because if I let them set the time, they can't tell me no.
Mhm.
If they tell me Monday, then I can say, well, what time Monday works for you? My schedule's free. If I have something going on, if I'm busy on Monday, then I might turn around and, I'll try and find a window that fits. But I don't mind telling them, hey, well, I have my kid's basketball game between this time and this time. So that's the only thing I've got going on. And I just let them set the time. If they say 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll say, okay, so if I call you back by Monday, 10 o'clock, you will have had time to look at that information. And if they say yes, I'll say, great, I'll call you back at 10 o'clock on, you know what I mean? And I make sure that I let them set the time, because you almost always will have a good response whenever you call them right at 10 o'clock Monday morning.
Okay. So, like, what kind of information do you send? Like, what videos are you sending?
So, I mean, I might send them just some videos. Like I have I got the app on my phone, or the My Daily Choice app, and it has some videos about I use the videos and information in there. So if they're wanting to know information about our products and what we have, then I'll send them the videos. I'd have to look at them and see what the names of them are. But I'll send them product information if that's what they want. I'll send them videos of kind of networking in general. It really depends on how the conversation goes. But I always try to give them things to look at, more information, and then I always set up a time to follow up with them.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Anything else, or does anyone have any questions that they want to ask Casey while we have him? If you do, put it in the chat or raise your hand or something so I can unmute you. I just think it's really interesting hearing it from going from the business aspect, and just because you can like search for people too if you're a social media guru, but instead of focusing on the products, focus on people who need a couple hundred extra a month, and fish for people that way as well.
Well, and so I have used social media and Facebook, for instance, to get customers and get affiliates. But all I do is put information out there, like who's used CBD oil already, or who hasn't used CBD oil. But I hardly ever post anything about it, not very often. And so then all I do is answer the questions of the people that say, hey, I want some information, or where do you get it from, things like that. I have a lot of people that will send you private messages. When I first started, when we first come out with our CB, our HempWorks line, that's, we did a few things like that. And then after that, most of the people that I know on Facebook all know that I'm involved with My Daily Choice, and we have a product line with HempWorks. So I don't consistently post it out there all the time, because all of my friends know it. If somebody, you know what I mean? Me personally, I don't do it that way.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. I mean, you're not even on our team, and yet you came and did this. So.
Oh, it doesn't. That, like I've told you, I love the industry, and I love this company and this business, and it doesn't matter if you're on my team or not. If I can help and ramble on for a while and people listen, I don't mind.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Tom just came up the stairs and told me to tell you thank you. You were awesome.
Anytime, Tom. Round of golf when you get here.
There you go. All
All
right.
right. Good night.
Okay. Well, since you didn't have any questions, Michelle, or are you good?
Nope, I'm good. It's 10:30. I gotta go to bed.
Sounds good. Well, I will.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Casey.
Hey, no problem.
All right. We'll talk.
See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.